Hey guys, it's Comic Uno, and before I start my review, I just want to say I'm using a little bit of a worser web camera, and it's not HD because my HD web camera is not working right now. So hopefully by next week I'll get it fixed. But I want to get my video reviews out and my topic videos out, and I want to get for you guys to enjoy my videos. So I'm just using a little bit worse of a web camera, and hopefully the quality is not as bad. But I used it for last week also, and it wasn't a horrible quality. But let's start the review because today I'm doing Batgirl issue 6. So let's talk about the issue and let's talk about the cover first. I really like the cover. I've been really liking the covers for this series. It's not as good as the old Batgirl series before the DC reboot because that was a Stephanie Brown series with Brian Q. Miller writing it. The covers were just really great. But comparing both these covers and the covers for the last Batgirl series is kind of hard because those were like really, really great covers. And this is still really great art, but it's just a little bit less than those from the past Batgirl series. But still, I really do love these covers, and I'm really surprised that it's pretty great covers for these for this series. And I'm actually surprised because I didn't think it was going to be that great of covers, and definitely from the last Batgirl series, I didn't think it compared to both, I didn't think it'd be so great, these covers, and I'm glad that they are pretty good, the Batgirl covers. So definitely love these covers, and I can't wait to see more. Let's see what happened in the story. So in this issue, we get to see a continuation of what happened in the last issue, and we saw Bruce being controlled by this villain named Gretel, and she only controls men using this number 338 or 336 or something. But she uses this number, and that makes them controlled and try to do whatever Gretel wants. And right now, Gretel wants Batgirl to be defeated. So Bruce is fighting Batgirl. It seems like he's acting just because that he doesn't lose his secret identity because someone who I think Bruce's assistant's there, so he doesn't want to have any suspicions that he's Batman and everything. So it doesn't seem like he's fighting at his best, and he said that to Batgirl. He says, "Oh yeah, I wasn't really hypnotized." He kind of said that because it was kind of confusing how he said it, but he does say. Let me see if I can find it. He says, because Batgirl asks, "Oh, were you pretending or what happened?" He says, "Mostly. I have something to tell you though." So he says mostly, so I guess he was kind of hypnotized and kind of wasn't. Maybe he was fighting it or whatever. But we get to see in this issue Bruce help Batgirl defeat Gretel in his own way as Batman and as Bruce, which we don't really get to see Batman as Bruce that much. So I really was happy to see that in this issue. And we also learned a little bit about Gretel's past and why she controls men, and that's her power. I guess she can't control any woman or anything, but she can only control men because when she got shot, she had this power to control people. And because she saw all these powerful people, all these powerful men, and she wanted to control them to make her seem like she has power. So when she got this power, she's like, wow, now I can control men and I could do whatever I want. So that's exactly what she did. So Barbara sees this as she's fighting that she's probably not all bad. She just went through a lot in her life, Gretel. So when she puts her under arrest, when she finally defeats her, she says, she's not all bad. She just had a bad past, so be light on her. So that was pretty much the whole issue. We also got to see a little bit of Barbara's mom trying to be close to Barbara, but it doesn't seem like Barbara's really buying it. He's like, "Oh, have you talked to Dad?" And she's like, "Oh, no, not yet." So obviously, we're going to see more of the mother, and there's going to definitely be issues. We're probably going to see more with Commissioner Gordon and the mom. I think it's going to be pretty cool, and I'm glad that they're adding her in each issue, just trying to tell more of that story also while we have a story arc story also. So I thought this issue was pretty good. The only part I didn't like in this issue, again, in the beginning when we see Bruce and Batgirl fighting, I didn't know if I should be convinced if Bruce was under control, and they didn't really explain if he was. They just said mostly. So was he under control? Was he? So I was kind of confused at that point. And I also, something I complained about in the last issue, and ever since the mother has been in the series, the mother looks exactly the same from Barbara. Let me see if I can find a panel. Exactly the same. Don't you think she'll be? Yes, of course, there's gonna be similarities of the both, but they look exactly the same, and she doesn't even look a little bit older. Maybe she should have looked a little bit older or something, and then I'm like, okay, this could be Barbara's mom. But when they're sitting right or standing right next to each other, you could say, wow, they look exactly the same. How am I going to tell the difference with these two, unless they're speaking, of course? But it just, with the art, I wish they just made the mother a little bit more distinct and different from Barbara. But really, there really were just little problems in this issue, because there's a lot of great stuff, especially with Batman and Batgirl just teaming up. And we also got to see a little bit of when Batgirl got shot and how Batman was there for her, but just in a different way. So, like Commissioner Gordon would always say, "Oh, I love you. You're my daughter." Blah blah. But Batman never really had to say, "Oh, I love you. You're like a family to me." He just shows it, and that's what Barbara said. And I like that they kind of described their relationship in this issue, kind of like a family relationship and kind of like a father-daughter relationship, because we don't know how close they were in this series and in the DC reboot. So I'm glad that they did explain that in this issue, and I thought it was definitely the right time to explain it. And hopefully we get to see more Batman and Batgirl team up, because I thought it was really great. And again, I really like that we got to see Bruce Wayne as Bruce Wayne and not just Batman, and because we don't get to see that often, and I like to see his secret identity sometimes, and I think it was pretty cool. So this issue I thought was pretty good. Again, just little problems, not that big, so I definitely give this a 4.5. Great issue. Again, just little problems that probably could be fixed in the future. So definitely pick this issue up. If you're not reading Batgirl, try to pick it up. They're definitely, if you're afraid that they might be changing the Oracle story and all that, I really don't think they are changing it that much. They really are trying to stick to, yes, Oracle. There was Oracle. She was shot, because they are bringing every issue they do discuss that, and especially in the next issue is going to be going back to the Killing Joke. So if you really want to see, Barbara and her past and what did happen, what didn't happen in DC Reboot, I think maybe the next issue will be a really great issue for that. And don't be scared to pick up this series, because it really is a great series. And they didn't. Yes, she's a little bit younger, but they didn't change. They have changed Barbara's character a little for this, but you can still see this is Barbara. And I think as issues go on, we'll see that even more. So definitely a great series. I give this 4.5. Pick up this issue. It was great. Again, just little problems, but other than that, it was a great Batman and Batgirl team up. So this is Comic Uno. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. In the description below, there'll be a link for that. It'll just have comic book news, comic book reviews I'll be doing, topic videos I'll be doing, and also don't forget to follow my other Twitter for my other YouTube channel, The Random Situations, in the link below. And in the description below, there'll be a link for that, and I also have a Twitter for that. It'll just have just videos for that channel and news for that. And I hope you enjoyed. Follow my Twitters, and I say pick this issue up, and this is Comic Uno. See you guys.